helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like It or Not starts now.
Oh, good Lord.
Do me one favor. Play one more song for the people really quickly.
Yeah, nice. Let's do it.
Yeah. Play one more song. I'll be right back.
Okay.
2 seconds. I'm right here. I'll be right back.
Look, everybody's there in the chat room asking for a song, Ben. So I'm
because that's why I was encouraging you to take it down.
All right, go ahead and rock that song for the people, and we'll be right back after this musical break.
Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Good morning, y'all.
Ben with the background, bro. What's up?
I thought it was
bro.
It's time for Like It or Not, y'all. 9 a.m. to 10:30, yeah. Like It or Not is on your channel, yeah. Politics and culture.
This y'all throwback. Here we go.
We're supposed to, yeah.
What we doing in the
all the news we get to
club.
Views. Like It or Not, Queen is on. Get started now. Stick around.
We gonna rewind that for the people, man. Let's go. DJ Exclusive, Like It or Not. It's about to go down. That's why I'll be doing all that in the club. I can't do none of that.
No, you
crazy. Good morning, y'all. Get your coffee, your tea, whatever it is you need. It's time for Like It or Not, y'all. 9 a.m. to 10:30, yeah. Like It or Not is on your channel, yeah. Politics and culture is we change skin like we're supposed to, yeah. Interviews and all the news, we get to choose what gets the views. Like It or Not with Queen Azor, get started now, so stick around.
Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, Rebecca Azor is coming through. You know she got a good story for you. Oh, Benjamin, that's my dog. This is his show. He's a politics bro. I am your DJ. DJ Exclusive. Y'all know who I am.
I stay dropping them jams.
Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, like it or not, it's starting now. Like it or not,
It's about to go down.
I just knew.
DJ Exclusive, we got time for one more.
Yeah, man.
Earth, light them up, man.
You light them up, yes, man.
Light them up, man.
I just knew I was doing my thing when I made this song, man. I was just like, man, I made a whole song.
Oh, wait. Hey, hang on, before we do the extra song. She's back. We're just waiting for our orders. That's all. We just good soldiers waiting on our orders. From the queen.
Amen.
Okay, she's back. All right. So
okay.
We were about to go in and leave. We were about to go in with the song. You see, we just hang on. Let me remove this off the screen.
No, good morning. Good morning. I love the throwback. If anybody who's been with us long enough to know where that song was, when that song was created, where it was birthed.
That was
where
like
it
what,
came
circa
from,
2000?
how long it was stuck. How long it was stuck. Then the remix, and then that, but we have a very creative creator DJ.
James, you gonna make it?
Called James Bubba Williams. We would love you to tap into that. And
I need to take you down, James.
We would love you to tap into that.
Ooh, you ain't stuck.
He's gifted. He might leave something up a little too long, like a church announcement that been pinned on the wooden wall in the back.
Look,
And they ain't never
It's
changed
the
it.
building fund announcement. It's
They
the
ain't
building
never
fund
changed it.
announcement.
But anyway, good morning.
Oh Lord.
And welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
And not care who doesn't like it.
Oh
What's
man,
up, y'all? How are you guys doing? I apologize this morning. My computer has been doing this thing where you start it,
Mhm.
and I think it started and everything is all great, and then I start to move my mouse and nothing moves, and so I have to restart it again, and then it loads and then stops,
Mm.
and I can't
Like
get
how-
it.
and this goes back to the little Apple screen again.
And yeah, so I'm like, baby, we trying to keep her together. We trying to keep her together, but she's in struggleville. So that's what was happening this morning because everything was set up, and then I had to restart, and then all the things. So it's doing that. This is a new thing it's doing where it's not the 2 restart thing. It's the restart, flourish, and then it's like I don't think I can really do this, and then it turns into restart, pause, and then yeah. So yeah.
So, did you get a startup error message that pops up on there?
Well, no. It just starts up, and then you know that the little white load. It'd be like, we getting ready, and then it'd be like,
well, we're gonna start back over again.
And I'd be staring at the screen. And I'm like, okay, so what's that? What? And then then I have to hold the power down. You know, the old school,
old school
power tab, and then the whole restart and all of that. So yeah, that's
okay.
What that was.
Because Q's computer was just doing the same thing. I basically had to erase everything on his MacBook and restart it all over again because it kept going to the login screen and then would just go right back to the Apple. It just and it kept doing it. It's like, okay. But yeah.
How did he fix it?
Huh? Like I said, I had to format his hard drive and reinstall the Mac OS on there. So if you don't have to do that, thankfully he don't have a lot of stuff on his, but if your computer is older and you got a lot of stuff, don't do that.
Yes, Lord.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Well, that's what I've been doing this morning. So that's why I look a little rough and tough because I didn't get a chance to after my workout to put myself together. But we are here. And
that's all right. You are beautiful, sister. You're naturally black, beautiful stuff.
Thank you. Look, you know, it's okay. I know. Well, we all right. We're gonna be all right this morning. It's a lot of news that went down this week, but before that, I want to check in with you guys. And how was your week? How was your Friday? How was your? How was it?
James, you want to go first?
Sure. It was. I don't know. The week it wasn't bad. It was an easy week, but last week found out that gonna be losing without a job come November 21st. So feel a certain type of way about that. But other than that, it's just like okay, figuring it out. There we go.
You know what? My sister just lost her job. Let me put in people business. My sister just lost a job. No, but it's in one of those same. Yeah, we're here. First of all, that's my cup you're holding. That's my cup.
Is that your literal cup that he was supposed to give you?
Yeah, he never gave it to me, so I got my own. Okay, but my sister just lost her job. I'm putting her business out there. Sorry, sis.
Dang,
and it's in the same kind of field, that you work in, and a lot of people who have the at first they were trying to send people back to the offices, and then when they seen that wasn't working, morale was down, those kind of things, people stayed home, and they started making it a numbers game. They started making it where you had to hit certain numbers in order to move forward. You could have been at the job for 17 years, 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, but if you weren't meeting the metrics anymore, because what they started to do was put more pressure on this. I don't know if this has been your experience, James, but they started to put more pressure on people from working from home. You were already doing the job and it was fine, but now they're like, oh, since you're working from home, you're going to have to pay for that. And so what we're going to do, we're going to double the work that you do. And if you don't meet these metrics within a unreasonable time frame, you're gone. So a lot of people, my sister was telling me, I even, in my last position was watching people who were in the positions for so long, not leave by choice, but be fired. So, yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'll say it like this. A part of the company was, since we work with like different brands and different companies, excuse me, to like, they're like, we're out, like an outsourced company. So I won't give away too much. And our client that we have, they've been trying to go what we call self-operational, where they do everything in-house themselves. They've been trying to do that for years, but they never could. So now they're thinking that they have the bandwidth and everything else. I mean, they got the money to, and that now that they can go ahead and do that. Since why they changed it. But with that piece of business being gone, and that is a huge piece of business for us, yeah, it's just like, okay, we don't know what's about to happen. I'm the only one that's like that doesn't have job security, which is crazy because I've been there 10 years and I've done everything. I'm like the foremost subject matter expert, if you will, on the client. And I'm the one that's going to be SOL come November.
Wow.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there a separation that they're doing with you where they're giving you at least some kind of fluff?
Yes. So they are giving our team members so much money at the end of it. And then the management team, the supervisors will also get a portion of it too. Just don't know how much that is yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that they're at least giving you something to bear with. And even in this time, even though the state of Georgia gives nothing when it comes to unemployment, they give you nothing. You are on your own in the time where you're searching. They wouldn't be able to carry you over. But, these companies also want to put the pressure on people for them to leave the job so they don't qualify
exactly
for that. So they're doing that. So I hate that this happened to you, but maybe this was one of those for such a time as this moment where you are leaving this to go somewhere else that's going to just elevate you, maybe a pivot in your life, help you refocus and do something different. 10 years is a long time to be giving to a company that can throw you away and give you just a little bit of pennies. But that's food for thought. They never needed you. You never needed them. You needed them, but if they can just throw you away, you find something else that you go where you're appreciated. And it's a bit tough right now, but I'm pretty sure, knowing with your background and how much you put into that, there is a management position somewhere else, if that's what you want, it has your name on it. Trust me, a lot of places are looking for somebody like you. So,
amen, Becca. And I appreciate that.
You're so welcome.
Excuse me.
You're so welcome. But Benjamin P. Dixon.
Yeah. Y'all know me, man. I'm just out here in cyberspace and in the ether, floating in the universe, just here, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, working on, grinding on stuff, saying a whole bunch without saying anything like I'm doing right now. Ain't nothing going on but the rent, that's it. That's me. But James, I don't got nothing to say about my life, but just listening to you, man, it's crazy how quickly society is shifting and just completely eliminating entire fields and departments and stuff that they depended on for years. Because I know you've been with that company for a minute, and now they're just gutting an entire, basically, industry in a way. Because considering how many different companies y'all serviced over the years, and now they just get rid of it, it just shows you, like, no matter how committed we are to this system is never committed to us, man.
Amen.
And that's why, but you see how quick they'll be to replace you. We have state senators, state representatives who are gunned down by groups like MAGA. And they are so quick to be like, job available. position available. It doesn't matter. So that's why I say, you look at life, you look at things, and we come into this world with nothing, and we work so hard trying to get something, only to, when we leave this world, we're still leaving with nothing. So just to keep that in mind, these jobs literally will throw you away, no matter your circumstance, because they have to keep on thriving. And no matter how much blood, sweat, and tears you may put into their job, which I don't think you should put blood, sweat, and tears into the job. That doesn't give back to you, but you should do what you are hired to do, and but no matter if you're doing your job and all the things, they don't care. They'll throw you away. They'll do the things, all those things, and replace you, while you're sitting there like thinking, oh my God, I gave all of me to this job. I missed out an opportunity with my children. I missed out on even seeking a mental health. I couldn't even pay for the food for my children to eat anything on my salary. And so, I put them in programs and all this kind of stuff that you had to do as either a parent, a person, or a caregiver to your parents, a caregiver for yourself.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. All the things. They don't give a damn. And they will tell you your benefit was the fact that you came here, got a check every other week, and we gave you insurance where you still had to copay. God knows what that is.
Okay.
And we also gave you pizza every second Friday of the 3 months.
Yeah.
We did that for you.
Yeah, that was your big reward. When you said when you mentioned getting paid every 2 weeks, do y'all know the Bible says that that you're supposed to pay people on the day they do their work? No, seriously. It really says that. It says, especially if you are a poor person, that you should pay them on the day that they do their work, because it literally says because they depend on it. So
wow.
This whole system is, y'all, whether we know or not. So I have been busy. But I don't want to always talk about what I've been busy on. But what I've been busy on this work is really just outlining how much the American system is the Antichrist system. We ain't got to wait for no Antichrist to come. Like, we're living in a meat grinder that crushes our soul and takes everything from us every single day of every single minute. It's in service of people who want to make a profit off of us. And it just dawns on me how much, and well, not dawn on me, like research, like how much what we do in America is the exact literal opposite of what the Bible says do.
But they not real believers. MAGA ain't no believer.
They're not
real believers. And even if they believe in anything, I think they're similar when it comes to like those basic type of instructions or things to live by. All of those things are in other belief systems and religions, and just they're basic human things to live by, but they don't care. They're just like, listen, the more that we hold on to your money and act like we're securing it for you after you've done 14 days of work, giving us 80 plus hours of your time, then we'll give you because you can die right after that day of work.
Right.
I just watched a video actually, and I actually let me share that video since you brought that up. I just watched a video where a woman was fired after she set the table up at her job, got it prepared, and they fired her after it was all set up. She went back and she tore that table right up. She tore it up and she said, y'all think that I'm about to allow? No. And she felt very relieved after. And here we go. I'm going to send the video. It is in the chat. Pull that. It's in the chat on Twitter. Elon Musk's internet. And I feel like these are things that she may go to jail. She may get you going to jail. She may go to jail. She may get a citation. She may get who knows what will happen. But that was something I felt like, if a job try you at the end of the day, you literally worked your whole day through. You gave them everything they needed, and they say, you know what, we're letting you go, beloved. They could have told you that, and they already knew that they were going to fire you.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what being fired on the same day you did you did your work, what that looks like.
Ooh, she is upset, and I don't blame you.
Because play it from the beginning, because that is the moment where here she is, and she's like, "Oh, y'all
Yeah.
fired
She
me?"
set up the breakfast
She walks
bar,
to the
and then
back.
she did this.
She walks to the back and says, "Okay." Now she's coming back to do it. She's like, "You know what? No." And sorry for the language. Oh, you're not drinking this milk.
Ma'am, it's a 911.
Get it out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
A couple things I want to say. Number one, I envy her. I wanted to do this so bad at my jobs. I wish I could have went to Burger King and dumped all the grease out, poured all the ketchup out, threw the mayonnaise things against the wall. Bank of America, we didn't really have a lot of breakable stuff, but I just want to like knock the phone over because I hated my manager. Like,
I too.
this is how you go out. If they're gonna fire you, immediately let them know they made the right choice and they might need to call the police. Second of all, I'm really curious as to why the guy telling her to calm down in that situation, why that didn't impact her. He was like, "Hey, calm down, lady. Calm down, lady." And for some reason, that did not help. Usually, when people are really frustrated and upset and are breaking milk, you say, "Calm down." Like, you know what?
Breaking milk.
Third of all,
Breaking milk, bro.
if I pay for that hotel and I pay for continental breakfast, I'm sorry this happened to y'all. Somebody set it up again. Because there was a time in my life that the hotel breakfast was included in how I ate for the vacation. And if I don't have that, I just don't have a meal.
Well, I ain't worried about that part, Kev.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you, but I don't care about that part, Kev, on stage.
But what's terrible is though, like I worked in food service, the manager in food service, and one of my bosses, like when it came time to fire someone, like would literally let them work their entire damn shift. I'm like, bro, why are we doing that? It's so inhumane to do that. Like, we basically leaving this person alone. They don't know nothing's coming up. Then at the end of your shift, hey, step into my office real quick. Hey, you fired for the rest of the time. You ain't got no job no more.
No,
Like,
Sammy in the chat, you said that. You said, what is it? Where is it? Oh, calm down when you were already one check away from homelessness.
Yes.
That part.
Yes.
That part.
How you want me to calm down?
That part.
Because I was thinking about, I already budgeted out this month for my baby school, for the groceries in the household. I already budgeted out that I have to pay a late fee because I'm not going to make it on time with this particular check. So I have to budget in on the second check for this month, the late fee that I'm going to have to pay for the rent, the insurance, the medical bills, this is what America is right now. And they've taken away with this big, beautiful bill, any soft landings or a pillow or something in a hard place, in a hard area of their life that they can sustain or maintain, even though that's impossible in today's economy. So what was going through this lady's mind? I couldn't imagine. And I'm also thinking about, I don't even care that she did this, right?
Absolutely not.
Y'all gonna clean it up. Whoever you guys are replacing me with is going to clean this up. Whoever you're interviewing on today is going to clean the crevices. Or how about you, Sally? Not you, Sally, in the chat. But you. How about you? Right? Front desk lady. You go ahead and turn around and you clean it up, talking about something. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. I'm not going to jail. Okay? I already ain't got nothing after this. I was working in this crappy hotel.
Look, let me say something, and no shade to Kev on stage.
Get my battery, y'all.
Y'all know I like Kev on stage. He's a good dude, but I just got to say this. Let me have been there and seen that happen. You think I'm gonna think about food right then? I'll never forget. There's a wing spot in my place I used to live at in another city in another time, and I went in there to get my wings and get my meal, and the sisters behind the counter were like really, really upset. And I'm just tuning in to what they're upset about. They were upset because the manager had been taking their tips out of the tip container. And so, they couldn't get my wings right then. They were upset about what they were upset about. So I listened to them. And what I did, because I had a little bit of money at the time, was I tipped them all as much as I could tip them what I had in my pocket to make up for what the manager has just literally taken from them. If we don't have, and I know Kev is just joking, so I ain't coming down on Kev, but still, if we don't have immediate solidarity with people who are in the same scenario that we would be in if that happened to us, because if any of us lost our jobs at the critical moment that she lost her job right there, she doesn't know what she's gonna do. She don't know how she's gonna pay for her rent. She don't know how she got kids. She got kids and she don't know how she's gonna feed, how she's gonna pay for the daycare,
We're
all
making
the
up the
things that
scenario, but this is very well a common scenario, so we'll just go with it. We don't know what she has, but
well, no, we can almost all but guarantee that she got a family that she taking care of with that. She wasn't even making a lot of money to begin with, right? You know what I mean? She was already struggling. So whatever she got, but I know she probably got kids. She definitely got rent. She got that car note. She got all the medication that she got to get. And then they're going to do this to her. Like, to me, it's like that's priority number one. And if we can't, as people, instantaneously identify with it, and we think that we're somehow separate from it, and our priority is our comfort in that moment, then we've just fed the machine, the same machine that's going to grind us up to a pulp later on that week, later on that month. We are feeding it with our concern about our own personal issue at that moment. Nah, let them people take that moment and be in that moment with them. Instead of worrying about me getting them wings, instead of us worrying about getting that breakfast, be in that moment with them. Hell, I would have thrown something with her. I said, hey, what you want broken? I would have thrown it too.
Yeah. Did y'all also hear about, and it's starting to make people, I don't even want to say go crazy, but it's causing a lot now. I'm not sure if y'all heard about the manager that was killed. I can't remember where it was, by one of the employees, because she was being sent home like multiple times. Like, so she'll come in and then she'll work for a couple of hours and the manager will send her home. So she had enough and came back up there and stabbed the assistant manager.
Got to be more careful. Look, I'm sorry to that woman who lost her life because of that. You know what I mean? Like that's a tragedy, and I'm sure that action in and of itself has now fractured a whole nother family. But look at what happened. You got an assistant manager doing the bidding of the machine that's killing us all. And then what happens? Somebody who's getting hurt more than the manager takes it out on the manager. Now we got homicide. Now we got two families that are completely fractured. Why? Because we got to service Burger King, I think it was. Is that what you said, right?
McDonald's.
You could be, because we got to do what the shareholders of McDonald's want. Nah. See, we got to, it's just like that CEO that got killed. God bless his family. I have grief and I mourn on behalf of his children because he got young children. But you know what? He was fulfilling a demonic role in society. And if we don't pause and look at our jobs and say, how is my job hurting somebody else? Then if we don't ever take time to think about that, then we will never see what's coming around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a tough place to be in with those things, because it's like, even for me, when I was working at that place that shall not be named, Kev on stage did name it. It's interesting because I did a full shift and they called me into the room virtually. And I was probably doing what this lady is doing in that meeting, but virtually. And so, it's a tough place to be in, because I did that daily when they would create a lot of new techniques and verbiage for us to use that was abusive to clients. And for me, I would always speak up. And it was the day that they decided to get me out of here. It was because of something I said online with my work. And something that it was what I told them. They had started a new procedure, started this whole thing, and did a meeting about it. And they tried to mute my mic, so I called in on the phone in the meeting. I told them this procedure. I don't know. This is how I started. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? And then I turned the camera on so they could really see, and I said, this procedure is hurting clients. And I then began to give examples of how it hurts clients, and how it's abusive and how it's deceitful. And, and I said, this is a way that we steal from clients.
That part.
And I have said this a lot, and I said the morale is down on the team because the team is getting pushback, being told to do something and not given any background on why to say this or do it or whatever. And then it turns out we're lying to the clients. When the clients call back, we have to play dumb. And then we have to tell them, well, you signed your life over, even though you came to us for assistance, you signed your life over, and now we own everything. And then when I said, you guys are targeting certain people, Black and brown ones, and mostly immigrants. Oh, baby, by the time the day was done, they said, first of all, you covered stories and yada, yada. And because of what you do, we can no longer. I said, is that the case? Or because I just blew a whistle, right? I just put you guys on Front Street. And they were like, we can't speak to that. We're not saying that that's what happened. This was a targeted offense. And so when I did call in and speak with the head, they were like trying to buy me off, right? If you don't say anything, if you keep our company's name out of your mouth, all is cool. That's all they said. We won't deny you from seeking assistance after this. But it still does nothing for me. It did nothing for me in that time.
Especially because you're in the state of Georgia.
And they nothing for me. And they thought that was a benefit to me. And so I said, as soon as the ink dries one of these days, I will
speak up and call them by name.
I know I'm good at it. The story will be told. It will be
and I cannot wait, because that's going to be a good one.
Once I know that, but they are very, I've seen what they can do. That's why I'm telling you guys, they're very powerful.
Call these devils by name. And you know what? The more they come after you, the higher they build you up. See, they're in a conundrum with you in particular, me and James, you too, man, because you are right. The more that they publicly attack us, the bigger they make us, which is why a lot of people have been very careful not to attack us directly and to attack us publicly, because they understand that principle. But after a while, they're not going to be able to ignore you. Here's a comment that I wanted to, that first comment at the top said that I don't know if y'all said this part, but they fired her after a full overnight shift. A full overnight shift. Look, I've worked an overnight shift before for years. And let me tell you something. You're not even thinking straight by the time you get off at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, you're not.
Your brain ain't really functioning right because you're sleep deprived, because you really didn't get a chance to sleep. You work an overnight shift. You don't sleep during the day like you're supposed to. It's not like you're getting 8 hours of sleep during the day and then going into work, because you got to take care of your family during the day. And you're going to pull a stunt like this? Does she have a GoFundMe? Does anybody know? Because I ain't got but 2 nickels, but I'm going to send them to her.
2 nickels
in the comments, maybe or maybe not, but like I like the comments. All are on the same vibe check. You know, here we go. They need to stop playing with these people. Not condoning her inability to retain self-control, but I do completely empathize with her. Unfortunately, this only hurts her in the long run. Companies need to do better. And
if they could raise that racist white woman who called that black boy the N-word $1 million,
yes,
we should be able to raise this sister at least enough to get to the next 3 months. Somebody got to, instead of, and I hope we're not just looking at her and gawking and saying, oh, you know, look at how bad this situation is. Nah, Kev on stage, you need a matter of fact, I ain't even logged in. I'd leave a comment. Y'all need to start this sister a GoFundMe.
And yes, I think that community, when people see things like this and rally around people just to make sure that they're okay, I love that. And I've learned that my therapist had told me that years ago, like 2 years ago, when the whole thing happened, when they took my wages from me and stuff like that, she's like, you have a community of people who support you. And when you're in need, I'm pretty sure she's afraid to ask, or she's afraid to say that she's down. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that she's probably thinking, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't want to ask. I don't want to have to do. I don't want to have to beg. I don't want to have to, but we've seen this, and I'm pretty sure because there are a lot of white people who will see this and fly and make sure, like, lady, are you okay? I'm pretty sure. And I think that we all have community within people who can see, you know, who watch you and see you and hear your story. And I think that maybe this woman is going to see that and know that in this moment, because the comment section passed the vibe check pretty much. So hopefully they did reach out to her, if anybody has or not, you know, just to support her. But there are so many people. Her story is not alone, but it is a great example of how the system capitalistically does us, how these big corporate would you call them overlords, would you been
oligarchs,
just just attack us and take from us, and it could be our last day. This is like goes back to the movie with Tyler Perry's behind. That's my movie. It was a good movie. Just you're going through so much, and then your boss is treating you like trash, and you crash out. They don't know, they don't care, they will push you and make you feel weak and look at you as weak and talk to you as weak, and that will be the day that, you know, you just never know. Anywho,
let me read this real quick.
Let me read it for you, man. Let me read it.
Okay, go ahead.
He ready to preach it. Good morning, saints. Good morning. Good morning, saints.
Good morning.
Today's word comes from Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 14 and 15. You shall not withhold the wages of poor and needy laborers, whether other Israelites or aliens who reside in your land in one of your towns. You shall pay them their wages daily before sunset.
You got to put the emphasis on daily. Put emphasis on daily. Read 15 again.
You shall pay them their wages daily.
There it is.
Before sunset, because they are poor and their livelihood depends on them. Because they are poor and their livelihood depends on them.
You preaching.
Otherwise, they might cry to the Lord against you, and you would incur guilt.
Guilt. The King James Version translates guilt into sin. It is a sin to not pay poor people their wages on a daily basis. Capitalism is the Antichrist. Prove me wrong.
And it is. It literally is very biblical. Like the Bible literally says that.
Jesus.
But look, Jesus. in my Beat Simone voice, Jesus. Anywho, no, the Bible definitely says that. I just moving forward, the last point would be, you know, how you say eat the rich. And listen, you know how many people is on these programs, people at these jobs, white folks go to these jobs, fall out on the floor. White folks say, you know, they scream, they holler, they get a bill. Starbucks man got so much money after they was being racist. The Starbucks man reversed and still got so much money. You know what I'm saying? After that. So listen to me. Y'all go to these jobs, y'all do what you're hired to do. But leave the job when you find a better job. Don't let nobody make you feel like you gotta make that seat hot. I'm only here to make the seat warm enough so I can move on to the next one. Y'all think I'm not pulling up on the computers a job, you know, a board where I'm looking for a better job than this? Absolutely, I am. This is not going to be where I die. This is not going to be where I get. You know, I have y'all take everything from me. I have no life when I come home to give to my kids. I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I gotta try to balance off going to school to try to figure out. No way, this will not be a place where you're just because the boss is coming to visit that I'm going to act like I have my thong all the way up my behind for y'all. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it,
Rebecca.
Rebecca, you can't do that. You can't do that move unless you're on full screen. You gotta do it again. Do it again.
No, I'm not. But y'all already be having you know how you be in the corner at work trying to get the window. This was back in the day before COVID, when before they put us on, trying to get the service in the window because they have cell blockers in the damn office.
Yes.
Wow.
I had to wait 4 hours to walk outside the building and see the sun before it went down in this last little crevice to get service on the device.
Now, what if you got a family emergency?
My God.
Right.
They're evil, folks. I can't stress this enough. And somebody, and I keep pulling up the same super chat And we're gonna give a shout out to everyone who gave us a super chat. But this one is so important. Alexis Love said, "Rest is resistance." Talks about how the capitalist machine makes us turn others into cogs in our attempt to aid this system. Resting is vital. They will work you until you have no empathy for anybody else because you can't afford empathy because it takes too much energy because you ain't got no rest. They will work you until you are just delirious and so dependent on that same cycle that you don't even recognize that you're not. The only thing I disagree with on this is that you're not a cog in this machine. A cog is a gear. It's how the machine functions. We are the meat that this machine is grinding to a pulp. We are not the machine. The machine is destroying our lives, our souls. We can't have neighbors. We can't have community. We can't have rest. We certainly can't have opportunities to get above this. And it's by design. It's not a mistake. It's not that they don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And it's a game to them. And so when people lose it, then they want us to have empathy for the CEO of United Healthcare Systems. I have empathy for his children, not for him, right? They want us to feel bad when workers lash out. No. Matter of fact, when you see a worker lashing out, support them. You ain't got to go to jail for them, but you ought to support them.
I lashed out.
I lashed out too. I ain't gonna lie. When I left my job, I'm like, bro,
I crashed out at that other job. Remember, bro?
Look, we did, Ben. I did too. I walked out and slammed the people's door. That was
I forgot about that crash out I had.
Together.
Rebecca, I told that 6'6" man to come see me at the studio. I said, I'm gonna be waiting here for you. Come see me. Now I couldn't be that man to save my life.
I will never forget it. Ben said, "Come see me." That man did come, but Ben still was in there like, "Yeah, what's up?"
Look.
They
could have stepped on me and it been over, but I didn't care.
But no, they tried to let us go after we did a show. Remember, I had a denim button down. I'll never forget it. Never forget it. Denim button down, sat in there, and they were like, "Yeah, well," and I said, "How dare you?" Me trying to, and then I was like, he tried to talk, and the girl, the lady, the wife, tried to talk, and I I hate doing that to people. But me, my energy, I am a tall woman, but I'm also like, don't play with me, especially when you ain't black, so you don't get a chance. I don't care, but when you ain't black, you really don't get a chance. So. We've already took so much at this point because we was all there. Yeah. I just need to work one more day for Massa, and I can do that.
We ain't never talked like that. Don't
we ain't never talked like that though. But finally, we got to the place, and this is again. I gotta keep saying this is pre-pandemic, pre-pandemic, early. This is from first years of Donald Trump, and. Everything is going haywire.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter. We're trying to keep that. We're trying to show that. And they're telling us we're too black.
Yeah.
So much. It was too much. So we did crash out, Ben. You did. You said that, man. Hey, what's up? You said, what's up? Like, what's up with it?
What it was that really made me crash out the most was that he was trying to make you submit. Right. He was trying to tell you to don't say anything else except repeat what he said. He said, no, be quiet and repeat what I said. And I kept saying,
I remember that. And I said,
what the hell?
Yeah. And so Rebecca crashed out early and she left. And I stayed there. I stayed there for about 5 minutes more. I said, hey, my guy. And I'm just saying my guy because I don't want to say his name on air. I said, hey, man. I say, hey, you're really pushing a button here. And it's not this. I don't know if you want. I said, you're pushing a button that tells me that you don't really want a solution. You want a problem. He kept pushing that button. I said, hey, my guy, you pushing the buttons that tells that you want a problem, not a solution. And I said, then I got a problem for you. Come to the studio. And we just all crashed out. That was it. He shut down the company 2 weeks later, by the way.
Oh, wow.
But the company was gone, and then Ben bought the building.
Yes.
So that That was crazy.
Hate that.
But that was when we had, you know, that was when times was kind of good for 2 seconds. But no, I'm telling you, stuff. The world. We always think you get somewhere, but you can still keep pivoting in your life and keep going. That's why I'm like, this is not where it stops for you, Bubba. But Ben, you just reminded me that man told me to repeat what I said. Who you talking to?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Repeat what you said.
Yeah.
And I remember saying that
anything else. He said, don't let anything come out of your mouth except what I'm saying. Repeat what I'm saying. I said,
Ben, your memory is sharp because baby, I put that in the dust.
You had to suppress that. You
suppressed that all the way. So I would always remember that.
They was trying me in these streets for a long time. That's why when y'all see me looking a little like this, it's because I done been through some things. I done been through some things in this business.
They don't understand. And the fact that we got the nerve, the unmitigated gall to get on there and talk about it, they should know we ain't the ones to really mess with. I don't care if we got 5 viewers right now. No, we got way more than 5 viewers. But we are literally not the ones because we have lost it. We have crashed out and we'll come back and tell you about it. That's us. They didn't want it. They don't want it. Oh, goodness. So that's why I identify with that sister so much, man. That white sister, I feel her.
The crashing out has been happening a long time in my life because these people have been trying me so much. But I really feel like those moments like that, but in this season of my life, that was recent for me and the company that shall not be named until they shall be named. But Kev on Stage did name that company if y'all want to go back and find out what it was.
Yeah.
But, I didn't know what I was going to do next. Still don't know. But I'm still like, I can't let that kill me. I've died a lot when they have taken from me these jobs and these people and all those things and how they talk to me. And I've even been told in the job that won't be named, ain't you a journalist?
Oh,
don't you go viral? Do you need this job? They've talked to me crazy. Oh yeah, Ben, absolutely. Anybody got a crash out story you want to call in and tell us? Now we're taking calls after Becca has to Ben, what?
I'm just saying, you got to leave in a few minutes.
I mean,
like we almost out of time. I didn't realize. I didn't realize we done took the whole time to talk about this one story, and you got to go.
It's true. No, you're right, and I'm glad I even brought it up because I feel like this is for such a time as this because the big beautiful bill is going to affect a lot of the people in this way. Imagine losing your job in this moment where they've said now you're leaving and you can no longer get Medicaid. First of all, Medicaid's website, Ben, if you can actually pull it up for the state of Georgia, not even please find it and pull it up. It is as if it was built on the first computer with a big booty.
Not the
computer with the beat. And I'm talking about Apple computers. I'm talking about the ones before that. The ones before the
Wait a minute. This one don't look too bad. I must be at the wrong one. Medicaid.Georgia.
I'm talking about when you click on the option to go and apply for Medicaid itself.
Okay, let me click on apply.
It's like everything is.
This looked like it was.
It's terrible.
Okay.
And so I say that to say they don't even care. That's what I'm gonna say. They didn't care. They didn't put any work in to make it user friendly. They didn't put any operations into this. They knew this was going to hell anyway. So, like when you click for apply benefits, and you would have to see you wouldn't be able to see it. And I only know this because that's what I had to do since I just lost insurance 2 weeks ago. And mind you, I had a very traumatic experience all month long. Since May up until the end of June, where I've had to come out of pocket for every doctor's visit. And so I was like, let me see what the state, is providing. Baby, I went on there and they haven't called me since. And then Donald Trump was like, yeah, y'all ain't getting it anyway. And it's stuff that I actually need and that is necessary to my health moving forward. But baby, can't do it. My doctor called me the other day saying, hey, you got to come in for this next visit. And I said, I can't. I told her I actually can't do it until I reinstate some kind of insurance. But I was on the site and I was like, wow, this is terribly not user friendly. If you do not do it on a computer itself, on the big screen computers, then you're not going to be able to fill it out and those types of things. Now, the big beautiful bill is going to affect so many people, or big beautiful bold bill, whatever the hell the name of it is, but it's something that is going to strip so much for people, including children. And we know that the United States of America doesn't care about children. So if it's that one meal a day that the kid can have at school, and they're like, yeah, who cares? You're not going to be able to eat. Yet, you know, they swear that they protect children. They force you to have these babies. And then they tell them kids to fend for themselves, but they won't even provide them with a meal if necessary at the place that they're supposed to be being taught, where they can't be protected over there because people are coming in and unaliving them anyway, and they don't care because there are no gun laws. We can trace this down so many other problematic spaces and places in America. The least you can do is give the baby a meal.
That part.
That's that. Is that just like the UN now? Is that true that the UN has said or noted that food is no longer is not a human right? That the US and was it Israel?
I don't know. Let me look that up. Give me the details again.
Yeah, basically said that food is not a human right.
Just give me a couple seconds. If it's out there, I'll find it. Go ahead, James.
Because that's it's terrible.
Food is absolutely a human right. Food
it is.
You know, y'all, the fact that we have to sit here and talk about this and say this, there are so many people who are reliant on Medicaid to get their prescription drugs, to get their what's going on, Ben?
I found it. Yeah, I'm like, okay, go ahead. Finish talk, Rebecca. I'm gonna pull it
go
up.
ahead, because I want to be shocked too.
No, I'm gonna finish your story. So I gotta finish setting it up and
okay,
pull it
set it up. I'm saying there's so many people right now who are caregivers and who get their parents or grandparents or children's things off of Medicaid because they can't afford it. Somebody just told a story about being getting a $350K salary, so they live a good life, but it's not affordable for the medication that their child needs for the disease that their child has, because the medication costs, I think it's like $20K per whatever they need. And they need a lot of it to sustain their life, to stay alive. So that $350K that they get every year, it doesn't sustain for the amount of drugs or medication that the child needs. And Medicaid helps them to get it and keep the baby on it, keep the child on it, keep the child alive. And without it, they're not going to be able to afford it, even with $350K a year.
Wow.
So yeah, and I don't have all the details yet, but this is what you're talking about. The UN expert, U.S. must recognize a right to food to fix their broken system. Some states have implemented free school meals, and Maine has a constitutional amendment to guarantee unalienable right to food. But it's rooted in a vote against. And hang on, let me just go to my my little research thing that I did over here real quick. A vote at the UN that said, well, here, just I use AI to find it real quick. You have to forgive me. Here it is.
It's a real issue.
Can you hear that?
At the UN level, the United Nations does recognize food as a human right. It's enshrined in the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights and the 1966 International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights.
However,
Site turn search 6 turn search 25.
However,
in 2021, the United States, along with Israel, was one of only 2 countries to vote against a UN committee draft reaffirming that everyone
Wow.
During the pandemic.
Turn search
Yep.
3
Under Joe Biden,
11.
no less.
Oh, see,
And-
that's what
Explain.
And I
that
thought
although
this
the
was
14th
recent.
Strike
This was
Act of food
2021.
does not
Let me
frame
stop
food as an
for-
enforceable.
Yeah, but there it is. I mean, that's exactly, and you
What?
named it.
Hey,
Yeah.
interest. Thank you for bringing that up.
Wow.
Now I gotta start applying that to the more you know. Now I got to start applying that to the points that I make when I am talking about how the U.S. does not care for its people, and no matter what when you are voting, you need to think about, I need to vote for somebody who cares for me, because the U.S. is out there making siding with people, creating laws, legislation, putting out rulings that say that I don't matter, your kid don't matter. Like food for you, food for children.
It's not a human right.
It's not a human right. Not a need, not a necessity.
See, these are the type of stories, and I had to admit last week, like, and I had to pray about it. In fact, I had to go read scripture about it because there's some stories I can't quite cover without cussing these people out. It just don't like some of this really is not just evil, but some of these people need to be seen. Like let me watch my mouth. But all I got to say is when a country, and it's funny, it's the United States and Israel. Funny that, right? When they reject a human right to food, when we live in a system with so much abundance of food that grocery stores and restaurants are throwing out tons of food in every city every single night.
Yes.
Tons of food is being thrown out in every single city and every single night. And they want to tell us that food is not a human right when we have so much exorbitant waste of food. And they do it because of the profit margin. It is more profitable for them to throw it away than it is to give it away because of how it would impact the cost of food in the long run. And so here we are, the nation, the most moral democracy in the Middle East, right? And this Christian nation, the United States of America, said that even though we have an abundance of food, there's no shortage of food, you don't have a right to food.
And like these people, like you said, you have to cuss them out. And I know y'all heard about what's going on in Texas, and Ben, I dropped a video in the Twitters about the flooding in Texas.
Oh my God.
Heartbreaking to hear about, but just found this video that these people turned away all this money for their early warning systems because it was coming from Biden.
My goodness.
Because it was coming from who?
Because
Joe Biden.
Coming from Joe Biden. They didn't want them, like, it's whole video of them talking about.
Now that's a different. I didn't hear that part. I saw that they earlier on. They asked for the updated systems, and the city, where this is, asked for the updated systems. And then because we'll play this video so we can get a better, a balance of what's going on. But the story was originally that they asked them to update the systems, and the city said no to update the storm systems for them, and the city said no. But this is an interesting. Let's take a look, because these red cities, they'll do anything.
We do not want more of Biden's mandates attached to keeping Biden's money.
But these people are communists. They hate America. They're teaching it in our schools. They're invading the border as we speak. I don't think we should take any money from the federal government because they can't be trusted.
Now, we don't need these funds here. We've done just fine. And we'll get by without them. But you spend this money, you're signing a contract with the devil, and the devil's in the White House.
If you vote to keep Biden's money, I will hold you personally responsible and personally liable.
The Biden regime has proven to be tyrannical and anti-American. There is no part of this administration that has the good of America or Americans at heart. We want no part in anything coming down from the federal government. This is Texas, and Texans can take care of Texas.
And I don't believe we should take the money. We should not have it. I don't trust our federal government. I don't think that they're truthful with us. And in these days and these times or whatever, we can't afford to make a mistake.
Pride go before destruction, and a haughty spirit before the fall. Listen, my good God Almighty, out of their own mouths.
Out of their own mouths. And it's been making the rounds. I saw that yesterday, and then now I'm seeing more and more video and audio of that, I guess, coming out. So I'm just like, all this is happening, and y'all had a chance. Now, because if I'm not mistaken, the whole rhetoric that's been thrown out is that it's the government's fault or something's going on where they're blaming or saying that the early warning system didn't go off. So they're trying to point a lot of blame. But here it is. Y'all state officials, y'all self said, no, we don't want this money. And from what I read, it was the money that was going to be used to update the early warning systems, but instead they wanted to use the money on their law enforcement and I think some other stuff as well too.
You know what's so interesting? Because they're still part of the government. They're still part of running things. It is the government, and the fact that the local government, your state officials, your city officials, are the reason why.
Yes.
These children
Are
did
dead.
not make it out. Were not safe, and these people weren't. Maybe some of the people weren't even aware of this, right? And sent their kids off thinking that they'll see them again. Whole time. This is why I say they don't care to protect you. Behind this, it's important for us to be knowledgeable about what's going on locally. I live in a predominantly white city. I don't really talk about what's going on in the city of Atlanta, but in my city, I need to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because how it's going to affect my Black behind. Yeah, I know I've told stories and countless stories about so many of my encounters being in the city, and the changes that have happened since. But it's very important, and I learned that actually moving out here, that it's very important for you to know what is happening and how it can benefit you, hurt you, or who is going to be the head of this. Because all it takes is for you not to know, and the 5 people that go and vote for the local such and such, and for them to sit on a Zoom call and have this type of conversation and be responsible for what may happen in the next 4-5 years after their no. Now children are dead. People are dead. People can't be found. Proper burials can't happen. Bodies are still washing up because they decided it was not right to take Biden's money to take care of the community, but to probably use it, if we're going to take it, to grow the police departments and those type of things. So MAGA. Somebody said this during Leftist Mafia, that these MAGA will do anything in their power, go against their communities, the children, whatever. They won't. They will make sure they work together, but the people will sacrifice, cut off their own arm to make sure that this country remains racist, remains red, remains in white supremacy, remains run by these officers that are now, we have ICE. They will, in order to do so, they will sacrifice everything they know,
including their children,
including their children,
their own kids, and that's all you need to know.
That's see, and so when they tell, when they talk about being pro-life, they are not pro-life, and I mean this at a very deep spiritual level. There's a spirit of Molech, Molech, that's talked about in the Old Testament, where people of the city were so committed to the city that they were willing to sacrifice their children, literally sacrifice their children on behalf of their city, their state, their nation. MAGA has proven time and again, whether it's through mass shootings at schools, they would let their kids die, whether it be any type of COVID-19. Oh my God, were they ever so excited about letting their children die in the name of their politics, right? And now we look at this scenario in Texas where their children have died because they refuse to update their system, because they refuse to take money from the federal government because it was underneath the direction of Joe Biden. They have demonstrated time and again that they are more than happy to let their children die. And so it is a spirit of Molech, Molech. I don't care what any of them say. They are not pro-life. They are in fact the party of death, but not just our death, the death of their own children. And I think we gotta contextualize it for that, right? For us to really understand the evil that we're dealing with, they will kill their own children to own the libs.
Yeah. Ooh, Heavenly Father. Jesus, they will do it.
Ooh,
they will do it.
Hey,
They
you
will
gotta
do
be
it.
you got to be careful when you do calling the name like that. That'll quicken
right?
somebody.
Sometimes, but no, that's how you got. I'll find it so you know the reference. But that's how B. Simone was saying. When her friend was sitting there saying, you know, I was going through it. I didn't know how I lost my job. I was on food stamps. I didn't know how I was gonna feed my kids. And I was living on my mama's couch, and I saw you helping everybody but me. And the B. Simone kept saying, Jesus.
Come, hey.
I was just going through it. I lost my life. I lost my house. I didn't know how I was gonna pick myself up through any of this mess. And you, as my best friend, was just giving all other friends all the stuff. But it's okay because I love you. She kept saying, anyways. The MAGA people, we need to look out for them. I am actually talking about, which is going to drop tomorrow. You guys, I've been having to edit this throughout what I've been going through.
Wait, DVR not
Jesus. I love that actually.
Jesus.
Really
I love it. Jesus.
We must keep this. You heard it here first from our viewer DVNR. I love it.
Jesus.
That's how I pronounce it.
Wait a minute. Stop it. Y'all will not disrespect my Savior this morning.
Praise Jesus.
Y'all are going to hell. All of y'all are going to hell.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I love y'all.
No, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Oh
no,
my
I
God.
gotta get out of here. I really want to look. I'm jealous and I want to hang out a little bit more.
We about to party. We got to party. You got that music ready, James?
Look, y'all trying to leave me and trying to. Anyways, I'm out of here. However, I wanted to read the super chats before I go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's start at the top. Here we go, Rebecca. They up there for you.
Okay. One of the best shows on YouTube. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Please. And if you are watching right now, like, share, subscribe. If you haven't shared this already, share it right now.
Right now.
Alexis love you, and I love your name. Love you, mean it. Rest is resistance talks about how the capitalist machine makes us turn others into cogs, but Ben had mentioned that already. In our attempt to aid the system, resisting this is vital.
Amen.
Remember when pause real quick. Remember when resist was the word to use back in 2016?
I was so tired of that. The resistance. All I could think of was Star Trek. The resistance is futile.
They killed that word, yo. Like, it was such a time. They took resistance and woke.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I'll never forget we had this white dude working for us.
That's what I think about.
And this
he was popular at the time.
This unmelanated friend, I don't call him friend anymore because he's a Zionist. This unmelanated Zionist tried to tell us that we should not use the word woke because of what he thought, because of what they were saying it meant. And I'm like, look, white boy, you're going to come in here in our space and tell us what words we can use and we can't use because your unmelanated friends have changed the definition of it. But just the unmitigated gall. I don't even know how we got there.
That's one thing that, and I don't want to offend anybody of you that are watching. This is my view, my point of view, and mine only. This is why I think I kind of transitioned out of simply being called just a leftist or just a liberal or just whatever, because I realized that there are a part of a group of people who are predominantly white, only white, on that side that actually just they feel offended at the fight when it doesn't look like how they are trying to curate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so if the resistance doesn't look like how they want it, and this is not to you, Alexis, I agree with you 100%. But if the resistance doesn't look like how they have curated it to look, because remember at that time, Ben, we actually moved away. We took it and said, "Oh no, what y'all talking about is not even." Y'all really gonna sit here and keep on talking about collusion in this small manner and curate it this way when we are talking about the real corruption that's happening right here? We're not doing that. We had to actually resist and do our own thing. And that's how Like It or Not was birthed in this
Yeah.
way. I want to know, because it was such a different, it wasn't even, we were doing something else with this person that he's talking about, who was actually a very popular leftist talking head.
Oh no, I'm not talking. Oh well, yeah, he's unmelanated too. But
What were talking about? There was another one. Oh
yeah, no, the one who used to produce with us in this.
Wait a minute.
It's too many. It's too many examples. But I put Tricia Hersey up there because she's the author of Rest is Resistance. So I appreciate her taking that resistance term back and framing it the proper way. So shout out to Alexis for bringing that to my remembrance. That Rest is Resistance is a book that I think we all should be reading or at least aware of.
Yeah.
Here's the next one, Becca.
Okay.
Much love to Bubba and Ben. Much love to my BBs. What you doing over there, Bubba? Look.
He's standing up ready to jam.
No, I'm on tap stick.
Prairie Fire. Thank you so much. You now have 2 nickels and the funds to go get
rotisserie chicken.
That's the channel that came on.
Wait, I think he sent it to multiple channels. There you go.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Prairie Fire. Once again, I love Prairie Fire. One thing Prairie gonna do is show up. I believe is a Prairie's an actual farmer. Scripture has taught us for over 3,000 years the rich are loyal to no family, flag, or even a God. I have endless sympathy, but I have no sympathy for those who grind my fellow man into pulp for money.
Come on, my
Prairie.
Look, I don't know.
You in the house today?
Come on, listen. And you look like you might be unmelanated, but this is the kind of unmelanated friendships and allies that we need.
Right.
This language right here with the bang bang.
With
right?
the bang bang.
Look, the bang bang. But I have no sympathy for those who grind my fellow man into pulp for money. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
That's the common bond. That's what we have to have solidarity around.
They on it today. Chat is on it today. Shout out to the chats because y'all are on it today.
No, for real. They've been doing their big one all day today too.
I love that.
y'all.
That part.
Alicia, and again, I love seeing the brightness of the photo when it comes on. But Rebecca, you have a gorgeous spirit. I thank you for that. You are beautiful inside and out, and I'm so glad you haven't let these people, these terrible people, dim your shine. You don't know how much you hear those words today, and I thank you for it. Thank you so much. Cy Abelman, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Cy Abelman. In the same country, those clips would be admitted as evidence in their trials.
Talking about those city officials, absolutely.
Yeah. Alicia McCullum, once again, why thank you. Everybody come over and like Rebecca's stream. We need our girl to be seen and do. And do like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Tomorrow I am dropping, hopefully, once I put the little last touches to the editing on this video that takes me 90 hours to do. But
my goodness.
I am dropping a new piece on ICE and why we should be paying more attention to how they are policing, terrorizing, abducting, and murdering, unaliving people here in this country at this moment, and how they are growing and being funded, overfunded, while they're taking away funding from your child in school, won't even consider them for a meal in their school, and they're taking that funding and applying it to
$150 billion to ICE.
Okay. That's more than the Marine Corps right now. That's okay. Well, just about
more than the FBI. They're gonna have more. It is the Gestapo for sure.
Okay, Gestapo. Call it what it is, baby. So be on the lookout for that to drop onto.
Let me read this one. And Rachel, you know, you and I, we go way back, so you know I love you. Destiny is a pig. That's the entire thing. That's where we're gonna end that super chat. Destiny is a racist, fascist, Zionist pig. And he can kiss my entire black.
Destiny, but
right,
damn. Please keep up your good work. I always appreciate your analysis and compassion. Love you, mean it for whoever that was for, but I appreciate it, Si. And we are at the end. That was look because
you were at the end.
Oh look, I'm at the end. That was it.
Yeah, I'm gonna borrow a DJ exclusive at least for 2-3 songs and give folks a few minutes to come in if they want to talk.
You don't got to kick me out of my own house because this is my house. I got the keys on this house.
It's only because you got to go.
You remember you used to be locked out the club trying to get in?
Oh yeah, because my name wasn't on the marquee. My name wasn't on the marquee yet. It wasn't on the marquee yet, but on today it is. So I'm gonna let these kids enjoy the rest of the home. Don't touch nothing. Don't get up.
Don't break nothing. Don't cook nothing.
Stay in this area. Don't sit on the couches with
The couch
plastic
with the
on them.
plastic on them. We know.
Okay, please put the lunch in the fridge and you eat that. Okay,
And
Don't
it is.
And
And
take
you
that
better
chicken out
chicken
before I
out
get
the
home.
freezer.
yeah, and you better put the meat out the freezer when I come back so I can.
Wait a minute,
make sure
James.
I got enough to cook for our cookout on next Saturday. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next weekend. Make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. And if you want to continue the support, it's over there on Cash App at Becca's Voice. I will see
That's
y'all.
it.
Love
Do
you.
that.
man.
Bye, Backers.
Bye.
James, what you got?
What's funny is
We both said that at the same exact time.
right, dude. And I did on Beard Bunny Chronicles. You hear the music? Oh,
No, because I don't have it yet. But I do now. There it is.
On Beard Bunny, I talked about it. I do this thing, the top 10 according to Chat GPT, right? And the last one was the top 10 things like that was black culture, and that was one of the things was making sure the chicken was taken out.
Take it out.
Was
You
called out.
gotta have that chicken taken out so it can be thawed out. Don't be taking it out when I'm coming around the corner. It need to be thawed.
You trying to run it under some hot water real fast.
Nah, be like me. I throw that thing in the defrost in the microwave and then act surprised when they get mad.
Well, yeah, that chicken man, he's good enough. It's good.
Hey, this is a classic, man. Earth light 'em up.
Dude, this
man.
one and the next one I got coming up. It's probably the best songs ever.
Bring it up. See, this is solidarity right here.
Right. Exactly, man.
I love our movement. Let's stick alone. All right, Queen. Struggling, but she's adaptable. Better than I can do.
Man, for real. I want to do it so bad though. Right.
Hey man, you and me gonna get us a skate squad, but we're gonna have to have rollers.
Yeah, the walking man.
A walking, that's what I need.
Dude.
I'll be getting down. I'll be bopping with my shoulders.
Man, but exactly, dude. I'll be all over the place.
And said, "What's the serious question? What's the difference between a Zionist and an Israeli? Is that like being a maggot in America?" God, dang. Okay, Zionism is a political ideology. I think the real question you want to ask is, what's the difference between Zionism and Judaism? Judaism is a religion. Judaism is the faith. Judaism is something that you could be not necessarily born into, but you could become a Jew through Judaism. That part, right? Cool. In that way, Jewish people, we stand in solidarity with them because of the historical Holocaust that was committed against them, right? The anti-Semitism that they are facing right now today. And in that regard, I stand with the people of the Jewish faith. I stand with the people of the Jewish faith. But Zionists, they are the tip of the spear of white supremacy and settler colonialism. They are spreading around the country, around the Middle East, like a virus, just like European settlers did around the globe, from the British Empire to the Roman Empire to the Greek Empire. That's what they do. That's what Zionism is doing. As a matter of fact, James, would you believe that we have been dealing with white European settler colonialism since before Jesus was born? Jesus was born in occupied Palestine. It was occupied by the Roman Empire. Rome from Europe, right? And we're still, and Palestinians are still facing that today in the form of Zionism. So the difference between Zionism and Judaism is that Zionism is a political ideology of settler colonialism that spreads like a cancer and is willing to commit genocide in order to get property, to get land. Judaism is a religion that goes back thousands of years, and that they have adopted into the Jewish family a lot of people who do live in Israel. So you got to be willing to separate the two, the faith from the politics. The politics are evil, committing genocide. The faith, many people in the Jewish faith, they themselves reject Zionism. I got to say that again. Many people in the Jewish faith, they themselves reject Zionism. All right, let's get the music back going, unless you got a question or comment, James. As you get as he gets that battery going. Let's see any other questions in the chat. And again, listen, we sent the link over to Discord. First time doing it. So if nobody shows up today, that's totally cool. But if you want to join us in studio and want to tell us your crash out story about what happened to you as on your job, career crash outs, like Rebecca and I and James, we all shared this morning. You can do so. It is in our Discord. It is in our Discord right now. Jamtune, Nika, she has the link, and a couple of the moderators have a link. So feel free to come join us. All right, James, it's in your hands, man.
Yeah, man. Because when I tell you, my story was I'm working in food service, and when I tell y'all they really tried it, so how can I be nice? My boss was a lesbian, black lesbian woman. And when we first started working together, we used to bump heads all the time. When I say all the time, it was real bad, man. So that first year was bad, but we finally started getting to know each other. Then the second year, then like the next few years, we were good. You know, I'm thinking, all right, we got our groove. We clicking now. We's like, you want to be the evil man, and I'm going to be the soft one, the not evil man. Yes, I know what I said.
You mean the good cop, bad cop?
Good cop, bad cop, basically. Yeah. Okay, and I'm like, all right, because I know I have a soft spot for people. Just so I am. It's in my heart. So that last year, you know, I ran like 4 or 5 different like little small food services. I was the retail manager. So I ran everything. So the beginning of the first year, and this was out of school, by the way, beginning of the first year, I'll never forget, we had a supervisor meeting where all my supervisors and everything from all my different units would come in, and they would be the ones, and like we'd have a meeting just to talk about what we expect for the year and everything else. So I get there hella early. I'm printing out papers. I'm getting everything ready for this meeting, and everybody's starting to arrive. I'm like, cool. And so once I'm coming out with this big stack of papers to get ready to start the meeting, I don't need you at the meeting. You can go do something else.
Wow.
Okay. So I went to my office and started doing some stuff. I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, it's kind of messed up that you out there talking to my people and I'm not out there. Excuse me, I know that you like the operations manager and you over me, but you doing this without me, bro? I'm like, that's kind of messed up. So I went to my office, I'm chilling. I guess they finished the meeting. 2 of my other supervisors come in and they start doing their food order and stuff. So they in there for a few minutes. She come bust through the door. I told y'all not to be in this office with them. Y'all always doing what I tell y'all not to do. Y'all need to get out of here. I'm like, you told us to come in here and order the food. This is the only place that we can come to order at. What are you talking about? Well, you should be talking to him. You can't talk to him.
Good Lord. What was the issue?
Dude.
Well, finish telling the story. You bring it all together.
So then she said, James, come see me outside. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this, in so many words, I want to like, this B is crazy. Okay, I don't know what's going on, and I really don't care to know. But okay, let me go out here because I feel like I'm about to quit this job today. So walked out there, sat down at the table, and she's like, okay, look, you're going to have to put on your big boy panties and you're going to have to do this. Just start talking crazy to me, bro.
Wow.
So at that point, I'm like, you know what? I took out my cell phone, the work cell phone, and the work keys, threw them on the table and say, I don't have to take this shit no more. I'm out. Because you're not going to sit here and talk to me like I'm some random ass dude on the street. That's like, we haven't been doing this for years.
Right.
So you coming at me like this, bro, I'm not feeling that. And I'd rather lose all this money than put up with this BS. I'm not going to do it this year. So threw all that in the keys. And so I'm walking back to the back to get my stuff. And she's just like talking mad stuff, being just saying stuff. So I get through the door. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not having to take this. Yeah. Oh, you just wanted to come back here and make a scene. That's all you want to do. Then she's just talking. I grabbed my coat, my thing. She's still talking. I said, F you. Fill in the blanks. F you. Walked out and they never see her ass anymore. And I'm like, I'm too old for that. I'm not going to do that. Mm-mm.
Wow.
What's funny is I would see her years later because her godson is one of my good friends, and I DJ'd his wedding in Pennsylvania. And had to go up there to the wedding, and she actually stays there. But she hugged me and apologized to me, of course. But yeah. Okay.
Hindsight is 2020. She figured it out by then.
Exactly.
We can't let people push us into having to do things that we know are wrong just in the name of our job, right? That's as bad as the Nazis who said I was just following orders. You don't have to just follow orders. You can do something better. While you get that next song up, let me answer this question from Jam Tune.
Yeah.
My question from earlier stands, Ben. Why can't they, I guess MAGA, see that he, Donald Trump, matches the descriptions from Revelations? How do they not see it? Because they don't want to see it. They don't realize that they are literally the bad people in the book of Revelation, right? But here's the thing. I take a step back. I don't personally attribute Donald Trump to being the Antichrist because I think it's important for us to see the Antichrist not as an individual person, but as a system. And if you start to view it as a system, then you realize we have been living underneath the Antichrist for a very long time, right? And the Bible says as much, like, it really speaks of the Antichrist being there at the time of the apostles, the Apostle Peter, the Apostle Paul, and the rest of the gang, right? And so when you think of it that way, I see the Antichrist as religion married to the state. When religion is married to politics, when religion is married to a nation, you get something like Christian nationalism, which is exactly what we see during all of the destruction across this country. And you see all the different types of religious nationalism across the globe. You got Hindu nationalism in India with Modi. You have Jewish nationalism, Zionism in Israel. And of course, you have Islamic nationalism in many Middle Eastern nations and Christian nationalism in the United States of America. And underneath all of those regimes, we see the actions that are anti-Christ. And you see blood, you see bloodshed, you see murder, you see all kinds of horrible things. But in terms of them not being able to see that about themselves, not being able to see that about Donald Trump, and not being able to see that about their religion, it's because they have been deceived and they are part of the deception now. So. There it is.
Said that, brother.
Y'all drop some more questions. This is a good one.
Okay.
Bring it up. Hey.
Every morning and every evening, and maybe we can't get any higher.
Shout out to the Letterhead. What up, Letterhead?
Take a ride. We can discover what we're
Right there.
Making you move, it sure looks good.
We got you a check.
That's the same thing I thought. Same thing I thought.
Run and smile, that's one of a kind.
Why they look like they on beat?
You're off my mind.
Right.
I'm running so high, I need to cool me down. I'm flying so high, I don't see the ground. Yeah. I'm running so high, I need to cool me down. I'm flying so high, I don't see the ground. Yeah. Baby, you set my soul on fire. Every morning and every evening. Ooh. And maybe we can't get any higher. But if you like to take a ride, we can discover what we're hiding. Taking your time.
Come on in the room, Braxton. Come on and holler at us.
Right.
Look at this poor link.
Getting wild. Let you move it like a love machine. Come be my king and I'll be your queen. I'm running so high, I need to cool me down. I'm flying so high, I don't see the ground. Yeah. I'm running so high, I need to cool me down. I'm flying so high, I don't see the ground. Yeah. Baby, you set my soul on fire. Every morning and every evening. Ooh. And maybe we can't get any higher. But if you like to take a ride, we can discover what we're hiding. Baby, you set my soul on fire. Every morning and every evening. Ooh. And maybe we
Yes.
can get any higher.
Yeah.
But if you like to take a ride, we can discover what we're hiding. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Like I know that. Like, nope, okay, what is that?
You set my soul on fire.
Is MAGA Christianity an oxymoron? So I want to just say yes and just leave it there, right? The reason I won't leave it there is because I don't like the no true Scotsman fallacy, which is anytime somebody basically does something that your group doesn't like, you say, oh, they're not really a Christian, or they're not really a leftist, they're not really a progressive. So I'm going to say that they're Christians, but I'm going to say that they're like the Matthew, the exact scripture escapes me, the chapter and verse escapes me, but in the book of Matthew, it says, that there is going to be a group of Christians, or there's going to be a group of quote unquote believers who cry out, Lord, Lord, did I not prophesy in your name and do all of these good works in your name? And Jesus is going to tell them, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. So there's going to be a whole bunch of folks who going to be like, wait a minute, I went to church every Sunday. And Jesus is going to be like, yeah, you was full of hell too. So
as True says, Ben, that was a rhetorical, right?
Yeah, I'm like, you got me out here answering this question. I thought it was a good question though.
It was a good question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's Truth as if I had went to see Superman, and yes, I saw it last night. And
what'd you think?
Okay, y'all. I would say I give it a B-. It's a good movie. I'm a James Gunn fan. I've seen a lot of James Gunn's work. So it reminded me of a Superman, but with Guardians of the Galaxy kind of feel to it.
Okay.
Which it was cool. I will say it's cool. It's probably been the better Superman since Christopher Reeves.
Really? You like it better than Big Swole dude?
I don't know. Now Henry Cavill was good, so I'm gonna take that back. Okay, yeah.
It was somewhere between.
Yeah, Henry Cavill was good, but this guy, Brian Cornsweet, whatever his name is, he fits it. I think his personality and where James Gunn is with it, I think is a perfect fit. It's great. I'm interested to see where they're gonna go from here and where it goes. But yeah, I will say it was good. It was good, but a B-, it's because sometimes just throw stuff kind of everywhere. But but with the James Gunn universe, it's a lot of stuff that's going on already. So it's cool. Nice. It was fun. That was good.
Dude, we got 3 callers on the line just that quick. All right, so we're gonna take them in order. Nat A is up first. Nat, you ready? Nat, you're on the line. Oh, did we lose Nat? Oh no, wait a minute, hang on. We lost Nat that quick. As soon as I clicked on her name, I lost her. All right, Jam Tune, you are up. Now, Jam, you got to have on a filter, right? Hang on. I'm gonna put you on.
I don't feel like a person today, so this is the cursed ass face you get for the day.
I just had to alert the people that what's coming up is a filter.
You're welcome.
I was like, I am not going to insult my friend like this, but I know better. What's on your mind, Nat? I mean, not Nat, but Nika, what's up?
Well, you get the cartoon face because I barely feel like a person. Plus, we live in cursed times, and I feel like you should see cursed Nika today. So anyway, my crash out story.
Yes, your crash out story. Tell us all about it.
I used to work at a certain convenience store, and there was a rural store on the way to Richmond, Virginia, from Gloucester, Virginia. And I worked at that store. And there was a thing where you weren't supposed to leave people alone on third shift, let alone like a woman. And I'm fairly small. I can fight, but I'm fairly small. So I'm working the third shift right after we'd had this discussion because one of our employees got hurt on third shift from being alone. And we had just had this discussion, and this man comes and he grabs me from across yes, Pixar looking ass. That's exactly it, Lee. I did that on purpose. So this man reaches off. Y'all are throwing me off. This man reaches across the counter and like grabs me, and I can fight. So he grabs me with my left hand. I take my right hand and I'll bop his little head into that counter, and he runs like hell out the door. Wow. And of course I have to call the police and everything, and I'm irate because somebody just freaking tried to grab me, and I'm on fire. I am a ginger. I'm a Native American ginger, and I am on fire in that moment. And I took the cigarette wall. If you have ever been in a convenience store, you know that wall that holds all the cigarettes. It's got those things that slide in and out, and you put the cigarette packs and stuff in it. I took that wall and I ripped it fucking off. And then closed the store and made them clean it up. Here's my crash out story.
Hey, but no, that is a legitimate cause to crash out. Yep. Look, I'm one. I know that you don't need it, but I'm sorry that happened to you. 2, I could just see you. I just see you in my imagination as he grabbed you. You grabbed him and smashed his head, and then I could definitely see you tearing down. That if there's ever a reason to crash out, that's one, Nika.
Yeah, and you telling that story with the Pixar filter on just like did not help it any, because it's like, oh, it's just so nice and sweet looking, and then she said, "Yeah, I smacked the shit out of her."
And then I closed the store and made them clean it up.
I come off very sweet and kind, and I work very, very hard to be sweet and kind. However, that takes effort. Okay? Y'all see me being nice, and people, oh, Nika's too nice, Jam Toon's so nice. I am trying hard, y'all, because I feel like we need to be more intentional with each other to win. Yeah. It is not natural. It is an effort.
Yes,
every bit of it is an effort.
Amen to that. Nika, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We got to have you back again soon. All right, let's go. We got Nat. You got to stay long enough for me to bring you up, Nat. But in the meantime, Will is on the line.
What up, Will?
Hey, what's up? What up, fellas?
What's up,
Can y'all hear
brethren?
me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Okay, I just want to make sure it's my first time using this, but my crash out story goes to I work in one of the most racist industries you could ever imagine, the railroads. So
okay.
back when I was working for I was working for one of the big corporations out of Chicago, and they had put me under investigation for something that was completely not my fault. So this investigation dragged out, got done with it. They were supposed to make a decision on it. I come into work one day to start my shift. I get to my desk because I was a train dispatcher. So I get to my desk and there's somebody sitting there. And I look at the guy, say, hey, what's going on? It's like, they want to see you in the conference room. So they're about to suspend me for about 30 to 60 days. So I walk in the conference room and the CN police, I just said the corporation. Anyway.
No, it's fine because you actually
standing in the back of the room.
Cut out. It was good.
Bro, no, we only interrupting you because whenever you said that corporation, you lost your signal. So guy was looking at Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I walk in the room and the manager is there, which I was actually cool with. He was a good guy. All the people that was behind my termination was on vacation that week because they knew they were going to fire me.
Cowards.
So they hand me a 60-day suspension. And I'm sitting there like, are you serious? I'm like, this is crazy. And then he looked at me and said, no, it gets worse. So they suspended me for 60 days and then they terminated me for insubordination because when they put me under investigation, I asked them, what was this BS? You know, I basically said, man, come on, man, it's some bullshit.
And they fired you for that.
And so when I said that, and they fired me for the quote unquote insubordination. So after he told me that, I looked back at the railroad police. I said, look, I'm gonna leave. I said, but I'm gonna get some shit off my chest before I leave this place. Man, I cussed everybody in there. I cussed everybody out. For about 5-10 minutes, I went off. Like I worked in the office with about 30 employees. So everybody could hear it. And I made sure everybody heard it. And I told him, the one manager, I said, and when he bring his punk ass back here, I said, tell that I'm gonna find him because he live in my town. I said, I walked off, and so like as I was walking out the door, I said, I'm gonna put a lawsuit on y'all so bad. I said, the name of this railroad ain't gonna be the blank blank anymore. It's gonna be named after me. It's gonna be called the Ian. At that time, I went by Emery, which is my middle name. So now you see my name is William. I had to retire Emery because Emery was gonna get me incarcerated. So I changed my name when I went to my next employer, just so I could retire that character. But the funny thing is that so they were going on a firing spree of all black employees at the time. And so the next woman that got let go, they didn't bring her in the office. They called her from home because they told her that she was fired from home because of what I had did. So they put the Emery rule in where they started terminating employees before they came on property.
Wait,
but when
William,
I crash out, it's still to this. What's up?
No, don't let me interrupt you. Go ahead. To this day, what?
No. So to this day, everybody that I worked with at that company, this happened in 2014. They still talk about when I crashed out and changed their dismissal policy at that company. Nobody else has been fired on property since 2014 because of the way I went off. But the funny thing is I won my job back because it was a union job, and all of those managers was terrified. They were terrified when I came back. But I went back. It was such sweet joy. I went back, got 4 weeks of vacation, worked 1 week, took 3 weeks off, and came into work one day and said, I'm done, and walked out.
Oh man, I love how the tables turn in that. Listen. Shout out to union jobs. Shout out to unions and solidarity, and shout out to the Emory rule, because it sounded like you was out there telling you already know. You already know. This is what Emory was out there saying. He was saying this.
Fuck you, and fuck you.
So, but that's my crash out story. It's still one of the tales told in Chicago railroading, and mostly everybody still laughs about it because they knew the type of person I was. They knew I was an excellent employee, and everybody knew that the termination was racially motivated. Everybody knew it.
That's what's up, Will. Thanks so much for sharing that story with
us.
That was
funny, Will. Appreciate
I'm afraid.
Last thing I just want to say, man, is I appreciate what y'all do, man. Y'all keep me mentally sane with discussing some of these things, and man, I really, really appreciate what y'all do, man. Thank you.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. Love you, bro. Yeah. Thanks so much, and definitely call back in soon. We need to start doing this a little more often.
Yeah,
Nat A, you on the line? What is going on, Queen?
Hey. Good morning, everybody.
What up, Nat?
Oh, my little crash out story. I haven't worked since 2017. So in 2016, I worked at a nursing home. I'm not gonna say which one, but the job I had was I had one of the easiest jobs at the nursing home. But you had people that, like to kiss tail to the highest extent. So I got pulled in the office one day because at the time I had like 3 patients. But I did other things. I had specific times to do things. So, okay, I would make sure my patients were straight. I would make sure I tell somebody that I was going off the unit. But a lot of times, I couldn't find nobody. Secretary, head nurse, both nurses I couldn't find nobody. So I would go do my thing. When I come back to that building, I would go check my patients. If I need to do whatever, I did that, and then I would go and do what I had to do at this other time. So, okay, come lunchtime for the patient, it seems like I'm the only CNA on the unit. Now we have almost 20 feeders. I'm not gonna feed everybody. I'm gonna do the ones that I'm assigned to do. So, okay. After a certain amount of time, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna, as long as my work is done, I'm gonna do me. Well, I get pulled into the office. Well, you need to start letting people know when you gone off the unit. No, you need to make sure all of your staff is on the unit when I leave. So, I said, now, come lunchtime, everybody takes the lunch at the same damn time, and they sitting in the damn break room having lunch. And I'm the one on the unit trying to answer the call lights, trying to feed, trying to do this, kiss my ass. So she called my supervisor because she wasn't my supervisor. So she called my supervisor down there. And they pulled me into the office. And so the head nurse of the unit, she's telling my supervisor what's going on, and I stopped her dead in her tracks. I said, sweetheart, for one thing, we're not going to just make this all about me. I said, I try to make sure to let somebody know. I said, if you and your staff is not on the unit, that's not my damn problem. So you're not going to just pull me out. And I got ready to get started. I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to stop myself right here before I say something that's going to get me terminated. I said, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go outside to my car and smoke a cigarette. And when I come down, I will return. And I would give because I had a patient I was about to give a shower to. So I give my patient her shower when I come back. Well, I went out there. I didn't stay long enough. which I should have.
You mean your smoke break wasn't long enough?
Yeah, I didn't take a long enough break because I came back in. It's like when I walked back in that door, I was just mad all over again. And I made sure everybody knew that I was mad.
Yeah.
So next thing I know, about 10, 15 minutes, I'm in the shower, giving my patient a shower. One of the nurses come in. She's letting me know that the assistant director of nursing wanted me in her office. I said, okay. I said, tell her when I get done giving this shower, because I'm just getting started, I will be up there. About 10, 15 minutes later, she come back in there. I said, once again, when I get done, unless you want to finish this, I would, when I get done. So I get my girl, I get her back in the bed and everything. And I walk on up there. Well, I goes up there. I get off the elevator, and her office is right to the right of me. So that head nurse from that unit is sitting there. So when she see me come off the elevator, she gonna turn around and roll her eyes. So I pushed the door up. Door wasn't closed all the way. I said, so what we doing? Are you right now sending me home, or you gonna terminate me? What are we doing today?
That part.
And the look on both their faces was so priceless because they couldn't believe I even said it. And they was like, well, we was going to send you home. I said, baby, I got 2 more hours left of my shift. I said, I'm calm. I said, but I meant what I said.
That part.
I said, so I'm going to finish out my day. I said, if I feel the need that I need to take off tomorrow, I will call in and let y'all know. Y'all have a good rest of the day. And I walked on out.
There you go. There it is. Nat.
So you take control.
It was a crash out, but it was such a smooth crash out.
Yeah. There's levels.
So they rolled my behind all the way up until I went to third shift.
Look here, Nat. Nat, there are levels.
Because they tried to make me come in at 7 in the morning, which I came in at 8:30. No.
They trying to change the schedule.
7, 8.
Look, Nat, there are levels. Thanks for coming on, Nat. There are levels, James, and Nat. There are levels to the crash out. Not every one of them is you losing your cool. Some of them you could deliver with smoothness. You know what I mean? Like a Samuel L. Jackson crash out. You know, Samuel L. Jackson, when he crash out, he don't lose his cool. He just laid out there like what you say. What we doing? What we doing? You fire me? You laying me off? What we doing?
Because I ain't up for the BS. So what is we doing? What we doing here?
Not today,
you gonna write me up? You gonna fire me? You sending me home? Whatever it is, you need me. You're not gonna. What we doing?
See, the crash out is when you have come to the point and the realization that I really don't care how this story ends. We gonna end it right here though. This is where the story, this is the climax of the season. This is the plot twist. This is the thing that we didn't see coming. This is the cliffhanger. We're gonna end it right here, right now. That's when you crash out.
Dude, and when I tell you, I had to have one of those moments at this current job when I was just like, okay. And I hate that I had to, because I felt like I was labeled with the big black guy, bad energy. You feel what I'm saying? Like like violent, and now y'all feel scared. No, I know what the hell I'm talking about, and I'm going to express that I know what the hell I'm talking about by any means necessary. And when I'm gonna tell your ass you wrong, hey, you wrong. You ain't doing it right.
That's why I'm always this is what I say now, right? And I've learned the value of saying this. I didn't tell y'all about a crash out, but I'm not gonna tell another one. We're gonna let some music play and then we're gonna get out of here. But this is what I've learned to say now. I say very clearly, I need you to hear me very clearly. How we proceed from here is up to you. I want you to decide how you want this to go, how you want this to end. And then, I make it real clear. In some cases, I say like if you want to make this a thing, we can make this a thing. I would prefer that we not make it a thing. And I have to make it really clear, because if you don't, then they're going to always turn it on you and say, oh, he lost his cool. No, I didn't lose my cool. I wasn't going to sit there and let you do to me what you were trying to do to me. And I gave you an opportunity for this to go a good way. You chose the bad way.
That's real, man. It's like, no, I'm not like up getting like mad and all this. No, I'm just not gonna sit here and let you chastise me and make me the villain when your ass is the villain.
Right.
I'm gonna get you together.
Right.
Sorry.
You're not gonna flip that narrative on me. You ain't gonna make me the bad guy. And you the one sit up there, because that's what these devils do all the time, man. They do all the time,
dude.
all the time. James, what you got? What you got next? What song you got next? And we're gonna close it out. Unless we get a bunch of other callers, we're gonna close it out after this next 1 or 2 songs. It's up to you, James.
This is also my damn song, dude.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to QUE in the chat as well too.
Said I'll crash out and fix my bow tie after. That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
Hey.
Hey. Bozer. It's a scary read. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Alicia.
Alicia in the house.
Right.
You notice they don't ever show this side of black culture.
Of course they don't, man. Oh, let's go. Love you, Tonika.
C-R-A-S-H. It's how you spell crash out.
Man, what the hell?
It's the crash out episode.
I'm good for crashing out, dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll have a crash out in a minute if it's necessary. That's in like at the job. That's in life. I'm gonna crash out like a 5-year-old if I.
It's cathartic. Because sometimes people don't realize that they have earned it, and the only way to proceed forward. Listen, I've had. Here's a question, and we'll go on this. And James, it's up to you. Like however long we stay, but we can go after this.
Yeah.
Here's a question: have you ever had a crash out that ended up making things much better?
Yes.
Because sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes you just got to confront it. You got to let it be what it's going to be. We could end up being enemies, but if you hear me, if you're listening closely, I ain't trying to be your enemy. So a crash out has saved a couple of friendships.
It has. It really has. Definitely has. Because if not, then it's just like, it's gonna be pent up and more pent up. Like they're finally like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and crash out real fast.
Just do what's got to be done.
After it's okay. Now I feel better. You feel better. You know how I feel.
We got it all out.
Okay, we
Got it
good.
all out. All hearts and minds are clear. That's what
All
we said.
hearts and minds are clear.
You done said everything you've been holding back for the last 15 years. I done said everything I've been holding back for the last 15 years. We can go. You can
We
move
good.
forward from
We
it.
good.
Yeah.
We can move forward.
James, man, I appreciate you hanging out with me this extra hour, man. It's 1
Man.
o'clock on the dot. We might as well. This is a good spot as any.
Yeah, I say it is, brother. This
Yeah.
way, I guess I can go up and start running errands. I'm just going to run an errand, and I'm bringing my ass back to the house and not do nothing the rest of the day.
That sounds like a plan.
Mhm.
Look, folks, thank y'all for hanging out with us. Did we get? Let me just make sure we ain't getting any new super chats while we were up here. No, we got them all. All right, just want to make sure we gave everybody a shout out. Hey, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next
Yes.
Saturday, same bat time, same
bat
bat channel. We'll see you next time.
Work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is.
It's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show like it or not. Rebecca Azure is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my
Work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is.
It's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for like it or not. With Rebecca Azure. Let's start this damn show like it or not. Rebecca Azure is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life ish. I live in life in the ATL.